Welcome everybody to the Eliyahu channel, live on Zoom for them who are attending this podcast, and also them that are watching that have been edited and re-recorded and booted up into YouTube and other outsorts. We thank you for tuning in and watching. We have an exciting teaching we're going to share. It's stuff we've been saying already, cumulatively through different things we have talked about. You know, the different words for Jew, Jewish, Judaism, Juridical. Of course, they call themselves Rabbinical Judaism, right? And Judai and Judith. There's different words in masculine and feminine that they use, right? In their Kabbalah teaching. We're going to find out the history of these words. Or, you know, it's amazing how it's right in your face. Ben Yehudah, Yehud, Manasseh, all right, in the map of Israel. It's right on your face, but yet they still, now in Jerusalem, when I'm walking, I go into a store, they would never use the word Jew, and you would hear it, you would hear it a little bit in the atmosphere, but if you go among Yehudi, and they'll ask you, are you Yehudi? Are you Yehud? They ask you. They don't say, are you Jew or Jewish? So the rabbinical ones will, if they're American, but that is, which we're going to find out. We're going to find out where these words come from, right? It's amazing how I told some people the other day that we're Yehudi, and I said, if I was Mexican and I was growing up in a school and the white youngsters call me Beaner, you, hey, Pancho, hey, Beaner. And then I grow up and say, yeah, call me Pancho, I eat beans. Isn't that accepting something, an epithet, nickname, word with total defeat instead of defending yourself? Hey, I'm not a Beaner and my name's not Pancho Ia. You know what I mean? And it's like that, I remember Lamech said one time, I'm not black, I'm Israelite. You know what I mean? I'm from the House of Israel, you know? So you break that stuff that people have put on us, you know? But they accept it. They embrace it. And it's dramatic with Latin Yiddish. And we're going to go ahead and explore this even more. Praise Yah. So let me go to, let's explore first of all. Let's go to, all right. So the word Jew, okay, it just got updated. It was a verification back in October 2012, and original research again 22. The English term Jew is originally derived from the Hebrew term Yehudi or Yehuda, okay, which passed into the Greek as, there it is, there's the word in Greek, adoios. That was the Greeko-Rome. You put a J in front of it, now you got Judias, okay, Iodia in Latin. You see it there in Latin? In the Latin form that it was derived from Greco, okay? Old French, Geo, like Jew. We know the J is from Dramatic Yiddish. It was adopted. So even where in the year 1000, including Yehuda, they have an I, but it has a YH sound, but eventually they put the J about 600 years ago, okay? And Yehudi, and it's supposed to be Yehuda, okay, or Yehud, for the tribe of Yehuda, Yehudim. So here in the Masoretic, it says Yehudi, occurs 74 times. I looked it up, and it's actually 80 times total. Yehudim, for plural, found in 2 Kings 16:6 and a bunch of other places. I went and looked this up early this morning. Yehudi, also found in Hadassah, they call Esther. And it goes on and on and on. Of course, Jerusalem is really Jerusalem, which you all know. So I'm going to go back here one step, and we're going to look it up. Now, if you never saw our channel before, and you saw the title, Jew, Jewish versus Yehudi, Yehudim, okay? Don't be upset if I'm correcting you from using yourself a Greek Latin word. Stop using those Greek Latin words. Jew, you call yourself Jewish. Why these wise? If I should use that word wise, wizard, that's the word wise comes from. Why should you use those words, rabbis? You're copycatting Greek Latin. Isn't it not in Mishnah? Wasn't it not printed up by Pope Pius X in the year 1534 to 1556 by Daniel Bomberg? Look it up, Jew. Look it up on Google. Don't take my word for it, all right? That's why these Latin Greeko-Roman words are in your Mishnah books, all right? In the Mishnah, and Ramban, and all their books when they were rewritten. Middle English word, right? In the year 1000 originally, Latin form. So it tells you exactly what it is. If I were to put the word Jewish and research it, comes from the Greeko-Roman word Jewish, Jew, but it's supposed to be Yehudim, 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 okay? For praise, Yehuda, Yehud, for praise, okay? No matter what we do, look at it says, during the diaspora, it was a mockery. The Romans, as well as the J for Yiddish German, because it didn't exist before 500. So they used it in a derogatory way. Joe, you Joe, and it was in slander, It's like, a guy says, I'm Mexicano. No, you Mexican, you Mex. They're saying it rude, you Pancho, or you Beaner, and okay, I'm a Beaner, I'm Pancho, you accept it. I'm telling you now, hear, O Israel, am Israel. If you are Yehudi, you are from the house of Yehuda, and you're from the family of Yehudim. Stop calling yourself that Greek Latin Catholic word. Stop calling yourself that. You Messianics. Why are you calling yourself that? Oh, you didn't know better. But it's in our face. It's actually in our face. Now I'm going to go back. As you can see here, Ben Yehuda Street, Yehudi. This is a website, Yehud. Yehud is actually the correct word in Aramaic. The Arabs say Yehud, right? And we're going to look at this. Look at this. Oh, wow. Don't give me that stuff. Okay? As you see, the modern shekel is Yod He Dalet, Yehud. And you look at the ancient shekel, okay, that they copied it from. It didn't say Jew, Rabbinical Jewish, Jerusalem. No, they only said Jerusalem, right? So it's in their coin, in their pocket, that they're Yehud. But they call themselves Jewish, Jew, Judaism. They practice the religion of Judaism. Interesting, isn't it? Let's do something too here. As we look at the word Ibri. If you use in Yiddish, you use the va, all right, the ayin, the bet, the resh, the yod, and the tav, okay, for Ibri or Ibri, right? In some phonetic sounds, you'll have an e, Ibri, Ibri, but it has a bas sound, right, a bet. So it's right there in front of your face, all right? The ayin, the bet, the bet, I mean the resh, and the u, they say vav, right? And the yod. So now, just to show you a little hint in ancient Hebrew as well as in modern, the Ibri, okay? We're Ibri, but yet they'll say in their scriptures, instead of Ibri, they call themselves Yehudite, Yehudite, Judahite, right, with a J. Or in little ancient, it would say Yehudite of the Hebrew words. But I'm going to go back now. Now, this is going to blow your mind, people. It's in your face. Remember I shared in the last video, and I put some pictures in the last video, if you saw the edited version, of yahwaism, where Shekinah is from the Greek word glory, the goddess glory, Shekinah, the phenomenon of Baalims of Yahweh, Yahwaism and Yahweh. It says Judaism, Romanized, Yehudut, Aramaic monotheistic ethnic religion from Abraham that comprises the collection of spiritual, cultural, the legal traditions of the Jewish people. But they're not, they're Israeli people from the House of Yehudah, Judaism, evolved from Yahwaism. You hear that? Evolved from Yahwaism. What did I tell you in that last video? The Yahwaism, Yahweh, was the fifth Baalim with his wife Shekinah. That's not found in the Torah at all. Nowhere in the Tanakh. It is not Shekinah, it's Shekan, or the kabab presence of Yahuwah. The Shekan is masculine. Shekinah is feminine. Only found in rabbinical Talmud of their Kabbalah. The authors of Kabbalah created the word because they believed in the wife of Yahweh. Okay? That's what they do. There's even statues and images in Israel in certain shuls. It says it right now. Judaism evolved from Yahwahism, ancient Shemitic religion, late Bronze Age, early Iron Age, 6th and 5th century BC, near Samaritanism, near Samaria, okay? It's amazing how they would say, even when you look it up and you say Jewish, and they'll say Jewish is a monotheistic religion based on from the foundation of Abraham. No, Abraham is Hebrew. It was based on his grandson, Yehuda, the fourth son of Jacob, right? So it'd be his great-grandson. He was founded from Israel, Jacob. That was his son. Wife named him Praise, Yehud, Praise, Yehuda, the name Yehudi for a woman with the name Yehuda. So isn't this amazing? Right in your face. What does it say? Tanakh, Talmud, Midrash. But Aramaic, Abraham had nothing to do with these things. They had nothing to do with these things. Abraham had nothing to do with these things, nor did. And it says Yehuda, 6th century BC, Yahwaism. Okay? So it's telling you that Talmud, rabbinical Talmud of Kabbalah came from Yahwaism, the worship of Yahweh and Shekinah, right in your face in the dictionaries, right in our face. Wow. I mean, it's like, what? Now, years ago, I looked at this and I read it, and because I didn't go to Israel yet, and I didn't see that shul with the feminine Balim, Yahweh and Shekinah together as columns, which I showed you pictures of in the last video after I edited. So if you didn't see the edited version, when you get a chance, put it on and check it out, because I added pictures and other things to it in the edited version. Shortened it a little bit, but I added the other stuff of the things we were speaking so it could be more provable for people that had questions and doubt. All right, let's go now to Isor. So we're going to start off Yehuda. Yehuda, when you go to Isor, is Hebrew number 3034, okay? It's the name of the fourth son of Yisra'el, okay? It is 114 times total, but it's used for, it's the original word when she named her son was praise. It's also used, Yehuda, for thanks, confess, thank, confessed, thanksgiving, confession, only one time, two times, and all that. But the main purpose of the name when it was time in etymology was time-stamped was Yehuda. He came out of the mouth of his mother to name him. And Yisrael accepted it when they circumcised him. They accepted it. That was it. Okay? So now it was, you can see how many times it is used. Now let's go to the next word. We're going to go to, let's see here, 3061, Yehud. Yehud, okay? And 3061 is for Yehuda, right? The land or the person. Yehud. Yehud is the word in Aramaic, Yehudia. They put this word Jewry in, and give me a break. It's in Daniel 5:13, and it says, then was Daniel brought in before the sovereign, and the sovereign spoke and said unto Daniel, are you that Daniel which are of the children of the captivity of Yehuda? Yehud, Yehuda. When the sovereign feathers brought in jewelry, it says jewelry, they added that word. How could you take a word jewelry, like jewelry, plural, as a practice of Judaism in a Hebrew manuscript of Daniel? That is terrible. It's used actually one time, okay, twice in Daniel. One word is Yehuda and one word is jewelry. What a contradiction. Yehud. In Aramaic and Palestinians call him Yehud because in Aramaic, that's what the word praise means, okay? Let's look at the word 3062. Yehudi, 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 right? Found, let's look at it. Excuse me. In Israel, chapter 4, verse 12. And be it known unto the sovereign that it says Jews, come on. Of course, this is English, correct. Let's see what it does in Orthodox Jewish Bible, okay? Oh, look at it, the Orthodox Jewish. May it be known unto the Melech that the Yehudim plural, which came from you to us, are come from Jerusalem, building a rebellious and a wicked city, finishing its walls and repairing the foundations. So it's correct, the Yehudim. But as we spell it, it has an aleph, has an ayin in the back, all right? Not a mem sofit, like it's pronounced here, Yehudim, okay? So it should be Yehudiya, Yehudiya, Yehudi, and not Yehudim. But Yehudim's still a good word because that's a modern word for plural, okay? But the I am, but the M would be ayin, it would be I, it would be ayin, and the M would be a mem sofit, okay? So it's showing you, if we go here to Ezra 6:14, my favorite book, and the leaders of the Yehudim built and they proposed through the Nabiyah preaching of Haggai Navi. All right, so they use the word Yehudim again, but it's Yehuda. This word is used 8 times. They modernized it, the Yehudim, with a mem sofit in the end, and it's Hebrew number 3062. Let's look at 6:3. Okay, just climbing up. Ooh, look at how many times. Wow. And it's used 4 times as they say Judah, Yehuda. So let's look at it. Let's go to Bereshit 38:7, and it says, and Bekor, meaning the son, Yehuda, was Ra in the eyes of Hashem, of Yahuwah, and Yahuwah slaughtered him. Okay? The son of Yehuda, son Bekor, son of Yehuda. Is his name. But it's supposed to be Yehuda. And it's okay, right? It just doesn't have the H, right? But if you look it up right here, it is correct. As we've seen here in my cursor, Yehuda. 810 times, 806 times total, but 810 times. So why are you calling yourselves a Jewish? Why are you calling yourselves a Jew when you got 810 witnesses? Am Israel, Jew, Jewish, Rabbinical Judaism. You have 810 time witness against you. Never to use the German slanderous, derogatory word Jew, Jewish. Use the correct word. You see it in Hebrew when you read it. You read it in Hebrew right there. What's wrong with you? Okay? You read it, you speak it. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's look at it. Let's go to here. Let's see. Let's go to 29:35. And she conceived again and bore a son, and she said, now will Odeh I praise Yahuwah. Therefore she called his Shmo, his name, Yehuda, and stopped giving birth. So if his mother called him Yehuda, and all my forefathers called him Yehuda, and my great-grandfather Yisra'el, Yaakov, called him Yehuda, what right do I have to call him a Germanic, Yiddish, Greeko, Roman word? Judah, Jew, Jewish. Give me a break, right? We know this. The J is Germanic. The W, look at that. W, U sound. Yehuda. Yod, Dalit, right? You got the Dalit and you got the U. So the W, if you say the W correct, double the U, 2 U's put together for a long U sound, It would be Yehud or Yehuda, right? So awesome stuff, right? Now let's go to the next one. 3064. 3064. Yehudi with an I and a Y, not with an Aleph and the N and A, okay? So let's look at it. 65 times they replaced the correct word, Yehudi, with Jews, plural, with an S. Jews with an S. They replaced a clean Hebrew word 65 times. Also, it's used 10 times as Jew, and Jews again in a different form with a small cap 4 times, and Judah 1 time, okay? Of this form of spelling of Yehuda, Yehudi, okay? Let's find one. Let's look at it. And that is in 16:6. It says, at that time, Rezon Melech Aram of Syria recovered Elat for Aram and drove the Yehudim from Elat. Now, modern Hebrews say Yehudim as plural. They don't use Yudea, Yudi or Yudea. They use Yehudim. That's a modern Hebrew Latin. They put the ayin and the mim sofit. Okay. Now let's have fun. Let's go to the next one. 65. 3065. Look at it. It's spelled the same. 3065. Right? It's got 2 times and 4 times. 4 times is Yehudi with a G. Yehudi. Okay. Let's look it up in Jeremiah, Yirmiyahu 36:23. And it came to pass that when Yehudi had read 3 or 4 columns, he cut it with a tar. Okay, so they use Yehudi. Let's see what King Amos says. Okay. Yehudi. Okay. The scriptures, let's see what it says. Yehudi, correct. Yehudi. But the proper spelling is like this. If you use Latin letters, it'll be the Y, Ehudiy, which they don't use it no more. So it would be like with the Y would be a Yud sound in the end. Okay. Now let's look. Well, does it keep going? You mean there's more ways? Yeah. Let's go to 66. Okay. Yudith. All right. 6 times used, but look at that. Speech. How could that be? Let's go to Nehemiah 13:24. Why they use Yudith? And half of their children spoke the language Ashdod and could not speak the language of Yehuda, but spoke according to the language of one of the other people. See what the Orthodox Jewish says. All right. And their children spoke half in the speech of Asherah and could not speak in the language of Yehudim, modern Hebrew. Okay. Yehudim. Okay. Or Jewish, modern language of Jews with an S, or Jewish, but according to the language of each people. And what did King Amos say? Jews with an S. Okay? Jews with an S. Okay? Orthodox Jewish scriptures was close because they say Yehudim, but in ancient Hebrew, Yehudith, spelled different and everything in the end, as praise in the beginning. Okay? Let's go to 67. Do we got any more? Oh, we got one more. It's the name of a woman, which is used today, Yehudith. Let's go to 26:34. And Esau was 40 Shana when he took to wife Yehudith. and the Bat Beri. All right, let's see what it says. ISR, and when Isaiah was 40 years old, he took as wives with a plural, Judith, the daughter of Beri the Hittite, Bashmath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite. Wow. So you mean to tell me the Hittites, which we know some Hittites were bodyguards and friends and became grafted into the house of Israel with David, but he called his daughter Yehudi? What? Let's look at this word a little more, okay? And we know it's the name feminine for a woman, for a girl. If you want to name her part of the house, instead of Yehuda for a son, you're saying Jewish, a Canaanite form of Judith, Yehudith. So this Hittite named his daughter a Hebrew name. Can't say Jewish because Jewish didn't exist in the ancient Hebrew BC, okay? Hebrew BC. So this Hittite named his daughter, or he could have been part of the family of Israel, but drifted away, living in the Hittites, right? Daughter of Elon, the Hittite. But we know some of the Hittites. So the daughter of Beri, the Hittite, and Bashmath, the daughter of Elon, two women, right? But Yehudith. That's feminine today. They use this word today, okay? And that is found in 3067. So all you got to remember is 3061 all the way to 67. Because if you go to 68, it turns the hova, which we know is not an existing word. Okay, it's a made-up word with mathematics, numerology, putting hova in front of Yah, which hova means destruction. Okay, and it's supposed to be Yah in the beginning, as you see here on the screen. I know it's a little small and everything, but that's what it is. Okay. So if from 61 to 67, wow, praise Yah. So what should we call them? You know, I sometimes I call my Yehudi friends, or I tell them, you know, Lalatov or Pokotov, Yehudi, Am Israel, Am Yasharel, means you're from Israel or from the land. Some people think it means from the land because that's what they do modernize. But Am Israel means I'm from the house of Israel. And you can say it correctly by saying like Bethlehem, house of bread, Beth Yasharel, right? Or Benai Yehuda, Banai Yehudi, Banai Yehudim, the sons of Yehuda, okay? Or if you're Ephraim, the house will be Beth Itzkar, Beth Ephraim, Beth Menasha, Benai Menasha, of the different Yehudim, of the house of Israel, the sons of Yaakov. Hallelujah. Let's go back now. Unmute your mic and share if you want, right? Go ahead and share what we learned today. Anything you want to share or add to it, or wow, I didn't know that. You know, go ahead and unmute your mic and share.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I did not know that etymology, and you know, I pray that people can take the blinders off, you know, and come back to the roots of these words and the meanings that they've taken over time. I pray that people can kind of see the light there. And thanks to Eliyahu for bringing this up and letting us be part of this study.
All right, anybody else, unmute your mic and share what we were sharing, what we share right now.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Go on, share, brother.
Yahudah, they always ask, "Oh, are you Jewish?" I'm like, "No, I'm Yehudi, and I'm a Nazarene. I'm a follower of Yahushua, and he's my Rabboni."
Hallelujah. That's right. We're the grafted in, and we're a part of the Nazir, the Nazarene. Hallelujah. Anybody else? Unmute your mic. All right. Well, this concludes this teaching, and I'm going to unmute since you're not going to share nothing to anybody, I'm just going to stop the recording. We can chit chat and still chit chat and fellowship, but I'm going to stop the recording.